Welcome back to the Avengers right here at Comicstorian, your home for audio dramas of your favorite comic books, video games, and movies. And today, we're going to be continuing our storyline of the Avengers with issue 21 and 22. Leading up to this point, the Avengers have taken down celestial gods, and they've created a base out of the head of one of them. They then went on an adventure where they fought against Namor, they teamed up with Blade and fought in a vampire civil war, and then they got involved in the War of the Realms. Now with the War of the Realms done, it's time to revisit some points that were brought up during the Vampire Civil War. If you want to know more about those storylines, the playlist is down below, but let's go ahead and get started. You don't really need to know much to be involved in this storyline, and it's a Ghost Rider one. If you want to become an Avenger yourself, possibly, maybe, give this video a like. If you smash it as hard as you can, then there's a high chance that an Avengers card will arrive at your door. But I'm not the one sending those out, so don't hold it against me. Let's get into the story. As the War of the Realms came to an end, the Avengers take a much-needed break in the undersea levels of Avengers Mountain. While Iron Man and Thor sit in the hot spring, Thor keeps picking up and putting down his hammer, while Iron Man asks, "Are you, just gonna keep doing that? Should I leave the two of you alone, Thor?" Thor picks up the hammer once again, shouting, "Nay! We have claimed a hard-fought victory in the greatest war the realms have ever known. Let us enjoy the victory together, Brother Stark, here in the Avengers tub of hotness." Iron Man sighs. "Fine, just please stop playing with your hammer." Thor swings Mjolnir around, yelling, "The God of Thunder makes no promise." As the two of them go back and forth, Captain America passes by, and the two tell him to join in their fun. Cap says that he can't just yet. The whole world is still a mess, and he doesn't exactly have a swimsuit handy. That's when both Iron Man and Thor yell, "Neither do we!" After dressing down, Cap steps into the spring, telling them, "Fine, maybe like 5 minutes." But as he sits down, he lets out a sigh of relief, stating, "Maybe 6 minutes. Oh boy. Avengers assemble." Meanwhile, over in Washington, D.C., director Phil Coulson gets a report from his Fury LMDs that there appears to be an intruder here on sublevel 9 of the Pentagon. No one is even aware of this level aside from... Coulson tells the LMDs to activate the Fury's protocol and lock the floor down. If he's right as to who their intruder is, they should be here right about. Just then the air vent pops open and Black Panther jumps down, telling them, "Sorry for the unscheduled visit. I'm afraid that we have much to discuss, Coulson." Coulson tells Black Panther that he knows that the diplomatic immunity won't begin to cover the international incident that he is now sparking. Furies arrest him. Black Panther releases an EMP wave, disabling the LMDs, and he tells him, "I am here to prevent incidents. Specifically, the impending confrontation between the Avengers and the Squadron Supreme of America." Coulson points his gun, asking, "Did you just threaten the duly sanctioned Super Guardians of the United States, the same squadron who valiantly defended the nation's capital from frost giants?" Black Panther swipes his arm, cutting the gun's barrel, telling him, "The squadron defended this country by shepherding frost giants to the US border while they proceeded to rampage through the streets of Canada." And Coulson says that Canada is not my problem. And Black Panther asks, "Are you our problem? Are you asking if the King of Wakanda and Chairman of the Avengers is considered an enemy by the United States government? I'm not at liberty to speak on such classified information, T'Challa." Black Panther slams his hand down on the desk, telling Coulson, "You are a murderer! Does the Squadron Supreme know what you are?" Just then, a prismatic portal begins to open, and Coulson tells him, "That's a good question. Why don't you ask them yourself?" But meanwhile, back at the docks of the Avengers Mountain, Robbie Reyes asks Captain Marvel if she's sure that this is a good idea. She asks, "What, stealing Iron Man's speedboat?" Well, if he was going to build something that easy to hotwire, he's basically asking for it to get stolen. Besides, we have some fishing to do. Some of the Mesfelheim fire sharks were spotted around the mountain, so sit back, grab a fishing rod, and enjoy some feasting. But before she can finish, Robbie tells her, "No, I'm terrified of my car, of the monster inside of me, of being the Ghost Rider. I'm terrified every second of the damn day. I'm terrified of being an Avenger." Captain Marvel asks, "Do you want to know a little secret about being an Avenger, Robbie? It's all terrifying. All the time. It's part of your job. Of all the scary things in the cosmos you could have never imagined before, of how many different ways that our runt of a planet can explode at any given moment." And Robbie asks, "How does everyone live with this? How does everyone not go crazy?" She says that she gets to fly whenever she wants, however fast she wants, and when she's up there, it's all worth it. What about you? What does a kid street racer from East LA do? A few moments and a Ghost Rider transformation later, Robbie shouts, "I'm the Ghost Rider, on a boat. Call me Captain Vengeance, the Fire Pirate." Back at the Pentagon, Nighthawk steps out of Dr. Spectrum's portal. It doesn't matter what Black Panther wants, he's going to jail. And if he's smart, he won't resist. Black Panther asks, "Why do you all trust this man? What has he done to earn your trust?" And it's all right, I don't expect an answer, because there isn't one. I'm not sure who you are or how you got your powers, but you are not the Squadron Supreme. And Philip Coulson is not working in this country's best interests. Hyperion reaches out, telling him, "That's enough of your lies." And Black Panther begins to teleport away, telling them, "When you tire of asking questions that Coulson won't answer, remember, the Avengers are not your enemies. Unless you force us to be." A short while later, back at Avengers Mountain, Cap goes over the good old days when Robbie and Captain Marvel decide to join them. Rather than undressing, Robbie gets in his swim trunks and Captain Marvel in her bathing suit. And then a third voice tells everyone to move over. Everyone looks over to see She-Hulk taking off all of her clothes. And Captain Marvel quickly shields Robbie's eyes. As She-Hulk settles in, she says, "Hot tub not hot enough." Robbie transforms and Captain Marvel tells him, "Nice going." And while everyone else is relaxing, down below, over in Las Vegas, another player is planning his next move. While Mephisto is looking down at his chessboard of superheroes, he asks himself, "What should I do? How about this? Mephisto makes all the moves." The next day over in East LA, Robbie takes his little brother Gabe to school while Gabe is shouting, "Faster! Go faster, Robbie! You haven't gone fast in forever!" Robbie tells him, "Look, I'm sorry that I've been busy with this new job, but I'm starting to think that this new job isn't for me. I might be quitting, Gabe." As Gabe goes on, the engines flare up and a voice tells Robbie, "The engine runs on blood. Time to gas up." The car begins to speed up and a voice continues, "The streets are paved with scabs and their tires are made of butcher knives. The Hell Charger needs its feeding. Feast of blood-drenched speed." As the car goes even faster, Gabe is shouting, "Awesome!" And then a flaming chain straps him to his seat with Robbie yelling, "No!" The voice tells Robbie, "Riders don't get to quit. Don't get to go unhaunted. Don't get to stay dead like your parents. Riders have to watch the world burn through melting flesh, screaming scars, and unholy spirits. Their flaming eyes." Soon the Charger swerves into the schoolyard and Gabe shouts, "Again! That was awesome!" Robbie gets out of the car and starts to kick it, telling himself, "I'm gonna get Gabe killed!" And Gabe gets out asking, "What's wrong?" And Robbie tells him, "The car's just running weird. I'm gonna get it fixed, Gabe. Don't worry." As the sun goes down, Robbie drives out into the middle of nowhere and takes a sledgehammer to the Hell Charger. But of course, the very next day, the car is parked outside waiting for him, without so much as a scratch. Later, Robbie returns to Avengers Mountain telling everyone what happened, and says that a voice was talking to him, laughing. No matter what, this has to end. Black Panther asks, "You do understand the risk involved in what you're asking here. You are bonded with this vehicle on a molecular level in a way that we don't fully understand." Robbie asks, "Are you asking if I know if this could kill me?" "Yeah, I know, because it already did." A short while later, Black Panther runs tests on Robbie and the Charger, telling him, "I summoned an expert in the field, but until he arrives, we're going to look at a few things. When you're ready, transform into the Ghost Rider and we'll attempt to measure the energy connection between you and the vehicle." So Robbie begins to transform and he tells him, "I also had a weird dream about Johnny Blaze, that he was the king of..." But before he could finish, Robbie bursts into flames and he screams out in pain. Black Panther shouts that the car was dormant, but its energy is spiking at staggering levels. Cap grabs a hold of Robbie, telling Black Panther to teleport the car into the sun, while Black Panther tells him, "That could kill Robbie." The chains on the Charger pull Robbie in, and Cap shouts, "And this could also kill him. We have to get him away from this thing." Captain Marvel and Blade try to damage the car, but Blade says, "I'm gonna need more than a Hellfire shotgun to stop this thing." And then fire shoots by, and the transformed Robbie tells them, "We've already got ourselves a damned bazooka. It's me, and I'm gonna kill this Hell Charger, no matter what it..." Then a voice stops everyone asking, "Oh, did you start without me? You damned fools. You're lucky you're not all vomiting blood and screaming at one another in Latin." A bald man with a red goatee walks in and Captain Marvel asks, "Who the hell is that guy?" And Black Panther says, "It's the expert that I summoned. Avengers, meet Damon Hellstrom, son of Satan." Cap asks, "And what exactly is he an expert in?" And Damon tells them, and devils in damnation, and all the wicked little beasts that squirm their way out of hell to nest inside of your weak mortal flesh like ravenous maggots. And exorcisms. What say we get one started right here and now? While Damon gets things started, Iron Man, Thor, and She-Hulk head to Turkey, where Okoye was requesting their aid. Iron Man looks at She-Hulk ripping apart a giant Milsvildheim grubworm and says that it can't be because of those, right? And Okoye tells him, no, we can handle those. The War of the Realms uncovered this cave. I've sent 3 workers inside to check for explosives, all veteran Wakandan vibranium miners. All used to work in the impenetrable darkness deep underground, and within moments, they emerged screaming. Even now, they cannot speak of what they saw without being reduced to fits of weeping and wailing. Iron Man shines a light in the cave, asking, is that what we were called? To take a look inside? Because scans are showing nothing unusual. Thor stops everyone. Wait, there is a great evil here, great in most ancients. Okoye kneels down, opening a box, telling them, no, I myself have already explored it. I called Iron Man specifically because of what I discovered. Okoye pulls out an old fossilized Iron Man helmet and tells him, it dates back to 1 million BC, and it wasn't carved from stone, it's made of metal. Inside also appears to be the remains of a human skull. Thor looks at the helmet. This is unnatural, it reeks of evil. We should destroy it at once. Okoye tells him that he might be right. There's undoubtedly an unnatural presence in this place. So please, Stark, have you ever been inside of this cave before? Iron Man tells her no, but something tells him he's going to be. Meanwhile, back at the Avengers Mountain, Damian finishes his preparations, telling them all that it's time to begin. But before they do, he must ask Blade a favor. He is the only one that can be trusted. And Blade asks him, really? Because I don't trust you at all. Damon hands him a small gun, telling him that it is a breathing gun, one of the arc weapons of hell, absurdly more powerful than any paltry shotgun. If things get out of hand, if he cannot control the forces that he is about to unleash, or if hell helps them, he gets possessed himself, the gun will begin to hiss, and this will be his cue to use it. Shoot the rider, then me. Then empty whatever's left into the car and pray to all the devils that it's enough. Damon gets into position and tells everyone to let them pray. He then shouts to Robbie, calling out the unclean spirit in the name of Satan and Mephisto and the soul slavers of the pits, come forth! Robbie sits inside the car, gripping the wheel quietly, telling him that he has to do this for Gabe. No matter what happens, just know that he loves. And that's when the car ignites and Robbie screams out in pain. And as he blinks, he opens his eyes to find himself back on the hell freeway stuck in traffic. He gets out stating, "Aw, come on, not this place again." But a voice then asks, "What? Did you just think that you could throw away the spirit of vengeance? That ain't how it works, kid. But don't worry, I'll take it off your hands, the Ghost Rider way." Johnny Blaze pulls up and tells him, "We're gonna have ourselves a little Ghost Rider race." And that is the cliffhanger we're going to leave you on for Avengers. Now, like I said before, and I will say again, we are rotating Avengers with Justice League every other week right here on Thursdays. If you want to see what's happening to your favorite Marvel or DC team, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And next week, we'll continue with the race of the Ghost Riders. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you're excited about what's going to happen next. And don't forget, give this video a like if you want to become an Avenger. I'll see you next time right here or over at our Patreon, where you can get early access to all of our videos for just a small $2 monthly fee. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I'll see you next time right here.